You know what I mean? Gotta fix the shades before you get live. But we live, baby. Did you win some money last week? You know, we up a couple coins, man. NFL week 1 is in the books. Now it's NFL week 2, game by game, game by game. Ready, set, go.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck night! Oh, this game can heat stink!
Oh, shit!
It's gone!
And we are live. Welcome everybody back to another episode of the MoneyPot Podcast Betting Show, where we break down gambling 101 so it's easier for you to understand how to beat the bookman, aka the boogeyman, how to beat the sports book, aka Mr. Vegas himself, baby, and beat the expert handicappers, Mr. Whale Play, Mr. Oh, this is the biggest bet I've ever made in my entire life guy. I am your host, Moss Money. And I got my degenerate brother coming along the way, man. We were up late last night watching the fight with the Canelo fight and stuff. So a little bit sorry for the little bit of tardiness, as they say, this morning, or a little bit of lateness. But we are here. We are ready to go. And we're going to give you game by game, play by play for NFL week 2. I can't believe it's week 2 already, man. Like, we was itching just to get here for week 1. Now we're in week 2. Things are going to change a little bit. A lot of trends in week 2 that a lot of the expert cappers look at and how they run. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's pay some bills. Let's get the sponsors out the way. We are bet to you by BetUS. BetUS is such a great up and coming sports book. Still giving out 125% link. If you look in the comments on YouTube on A2D YouTube, there should be a link at the top there pinned. And go ahead and put $50 on. Get your free money, and then go ahead and what my guy Sharp say? Automatic bet, right? ATM, almost an automatic bet, and go ahead and get some money. Take their money, win with their money, cash out, like we always talk about, man. You just need to double up. Just need to double up. Don't need to hit that 4X, 5X, 6X, 7X. Just double up on the day, and then we'll be able to get ready and get going. All right. So there's a sponsor. So make sure you check out BetUS. Now, there will be I want to talk about yesterday. I want to talk about week 1. And usually what we talk about here is we go through our records on week 1. Not this year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post our records in like a spreadsheet that I've gotten to build out, where you get to see like return on investment, our win-loss record, and how we've been doing week to week. If you didn't catch the college football podcast with the new guy, my guy C Sharp, oh my God. It was crazy because both them boys hit me up. B Diddy hit me up. C Sharp hit me up. And he was like, yo, I don't think we missed. Like, we started off the gate so hot. Everybody's take was right on point. Everybody's play was right on point. And I think C Sharp broke it down for me. He said, he's like, Nate, I think out of every 4 bets, we only lost 1. And I think he's right. I'll go through the numbers again after the show. I'll get all that going and get all that posted. But I think we went close to 12-3, 12-4 on the college football. Now, if you guys are asking, like, college football pod, we've been wanting that. Where is that? College football pod is on the MoneyPot podcast YouTube. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and go to MoneyPot podcast on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. and you will see the College Football Podcast. Great plays. Love the new flow and the new dynamic that we have with my guy C Sharp. So that should be a good podcast coming. Now that's recorded. That won't be live. So that's going to be a recording. So if you hit your comments and all that good stuff, we'll definitely make sure we'll answer those back. And it's early too. So we're trying to do it on Wednesday because the games come out, the line comes out on Monday, obviously. The look ahead lines. But on Wednesday, we'll do the recording and then probably post it probably either Wednesday night or Thursday. And then, we'll get, all the college work for Friday and Saturday that day. All right. So we did the college pod. We did the little opening. What we got here? Oh, yeah. Week 2, baby. We got week 2, NFL week 2, man. And let's get into it. Let me share my screen. Let's break down play by play, game by game. You know how we do on the format of what plays we like, the takes on the game, how the line is shifted, injury report, everything that you need to know and you need to understand to be able to make the best bet that you possibly can. These are my takes. These are our takes. These are our sides. But we look at this every day. So when you come to MoneyPot, we make it so easy for you guys to understand what you're looking at. So you don't have to go searching. We do all the work for you. So now you just get the play. Now we explain why we got the play and we give you some understanding of it, but we just give you the play that you're looking for to put in your bet and to actually and honestly to make sure that what you're already thinking is the right thought process of how you're betting yourself. So that's a big difference we're here in Money Pot, man. All right. Let me share the screen, man. Get a little bit of my coffee in here. We need a coffee sponsor. Anybody know any good coffee sponsors? We need a coffee sponsor. That's what I need. I need a coffee sponsor. All right. So today we will be using let's go with FanDuel today. We're going to be using FanDuel's we're going to be using FanDuel's sportsbook. Let me zoom in for y'all just a little bit. Let me zoom in here. Here we go. What's good with everybody this morning, man? Y'all ready to get these bets in, man? Go ahead and type in the chat MPP if you ready for these bets, man. Let's keep this thing moving, keep this thing live. Let me see. That's not what I wanted, but that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right. First game on the slate here. We have the Washington Commanders at Detroit Lions. The line is now -1 and -1. The total is 48.5. So this line opened up. I want to maybe say 1.5, maybe closer to 2. It's counting where you're shopping around. Right now on FanDuel, it is -1. That means it dropped about a half a point. So some money coming in on a dog here on the Washington Commanders to go to Detroit and win. I think this line also has to do with some of the impact with DeAndre Swift. He will be limited today. He said he is going to go, but supposedly he has a bum ankle. So I would think he would be limited today. What did you like out of the Commanders? Last week. I mean, they had a decent day. Carson Wentz did throw some turnovers there though. But they were good enough on offense to win the game. And that boy Antonio Gibson had a nice coming out party. But I remember in that game, I think Travis Etienne from the Jags last week, I heard he dropped a couple touchdowns. I didn't watch that game specifically, but he dropped a couple touchdowns. So I think that the Jags could have easily won that game from what I'm hearing from the comments from that. But I'm going to lean here with Detroit. I'm sorry, not Detroit. I'm going to lean here with the Commanders. Won't be a play for me. This could be a teaser play for me. Actually, I like Washington's defense, that defensive line. Now, Detroit's offensive line is actually somewhat decent, or is that an overreaction of how bad maybe the Eagles' defensive line and we can't generate a pass rush? So there's some dogs on this Washington Commanders defensive line. So we should see a good battle up front. So, but I like Washington here. Wouldn't mind them in a teaser to get them over the key number of 7. Put them in a 6.5 teaser, and you get them up to 7.5. I don't think Detroit beats Washington by a touchdown, but you know what? I'm gonna write that down as a possible teaser leg play. Let me write that down. So some sports books have 6, 6.5. Some have 7. There's no really value to pay the extra juice on a teaser to get it through 7. If you have a 7-point teaser to get it to 8, probably better just to leave it at 7.5. Because even if you hit 8 on the number on the teaser, you still lose on a 2-team teaser because a push loses in the teaser if you didn't know that. So let me put Washington here. Plus 7.5. I kind of like that. Washington. All right. Next game. Let's go with we got the New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by -6.5. Total is 39.5. Now, obviously up for that game against about the Panthers. Two bad teams again, two bad teams playing again. I don't know what the weather is going to be in Cleveland today, so that could be something we could look at. New York. The thing about Flacco is that he's a vet, so you're not going to put him in a situation he hasn't seen or hasn't done. The problem is he's a goddamn statue back there. Like he has no movement. So if the Cleveland Browns defense can generate some pass rush, it could be a long day. And I don't know how long Flacco stays in there. If Flacco has a really bad first half, don't be surprised to see Michael White come in for the second half. So, but I think right now they're going to stick with Flacco. I think they keep this close, and I like the New York Jets here to hit the cover. Now, I won't mind betting on the point here. Betting through the number at 7.5. So I don't mind that. And you're gonna have to pay a little bit of juice. So let's see what that is. Alternate spread. Let's see. It's probably gonna be like -120, I think, somewhere in there. Oh, even higher. Look at that juice. -138. So when you do the no, I'm sorry, that's plus. No, that's right. Yeah, yeah, plus 138. So when you look at this is a lot of juice on this number, right? Look at the jump from -106, and you're gonna have to play an extra $32 on the unit to get this play. So that what we talked about last week, that tax that you get. So you have to bet -$130. I mean, you have to bet $138 to win 100. So just understand what that looks like if you're going to take that side. I think the Jets can actually win outright, to be honest with you. So I actually like the 6.5. I think they keep this game close. Any props for this? I know now the Jets have somewhat of a defense, a good defensive front anchored by Quentin Williams. He's a decent player. But I think the Jets are not going to change what they are. I'm sorry, the Browns are not going to change what they are. So they're going to run the ball, and Brissett is going to be somewhat of a game manager to move the change. But the offense will run through Chubb. Wow, that's low. Is that really 28 yards for Bryce Hall? Is he hurt? I'm sorry, that just kind of picked me up here. Hold on one sec. Let me look at that. Oh, here he is. I see you back there, brother. I'm coming. And I think the intro, to introduce him correctly, one of the best live bettors that I know. You know him, I know him. My degenerate brother. They call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
What's up, man? Victory Saturday, going into
Yes,
Victory
sir.
Sunday, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was telling everybody, man, you and Sharp hit me up. Like, this shit, we started out special yesterday.
We did.
We started out
It was a good
real
start
special. Real special yesterday, man. So
we try to get the people what they want, man.
Oh, for sure, man. That's what we do. We break it down and give you picks, give you plays,
Make sure
give
they
you money.
follow us. Make sure they hitting that like, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. So
This
I
is
was
our
breaking
season.
down this New York Jets and Cleveland Browns game. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm on the side of Chubb over on his rushing yards. I think Chubb is just going to do what Chubb does. And the offense is going to run through him. But look at this, John. This Bryce Hall right here. He's only
Mhm.
over 28.5 yards. And I'm confused. Like I'm
So
confused on why is he's hurt? Isn't he supposed to be the guy in the
well, they're
Jets?
splitting carries with Carter, so you gotta you gotta kind of understand that too. So I'm not sure if last week was a telltale for them how they adjusted their prop for that running back because I think last week he didn't have as many touches as expected. So let me just go back to looking at the Jets
Yeah, I'm about to
last
say.
week. They played the Ravens. They was kind of bombed a little bit. Let me
Yeah,
look
like
at
what's going on here?
so Carter had 10 carries and Bryce Hall only had 6. So they're saying that he's not the starting running back. Obviously, you're saying Carter's a starting running back. He's getting more carries.
Mhm.
So he had 6 for 23. Not saying he can't get that. I mean, I would still go over the 23 for sure. This is going to be a different game. This is going to be more of a, run the rock type of game. They're going to try to keep it close. The line is telling me Cleveland all day. Um, but
Wayne
maybe you might
Miller,
want to.
what's up, man? Do your thing, brother. Appreciate it.
But if that number's at 23, I would go over that. It's not low for
For
because
what
he's
they're
hurt.
doing.
It's just their system, how they're running, and Carter seems to be their lead back.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
similar to like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Looks like Hunt's getting the red zone carries. To tell you the truth, I think he had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, no, he did. He did. Yeah, Chubb got him down there. Chubb got him down there, but
Yeah,
the glory went to Hunt. He broke, I think, like a 15-yarder, so there was
yeah,
one right there. But no, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
yep.
All right. So what up, Don Don? As
Don
always, man.
Don, my
Appreciate
man.
you checking in, man. All the way from Detroit, man. D City. Motor City. What's up?
Hey, I told y'all last week. I told y'all
Man,
for
shut
months.
your
Hold
ass up
up, I
about
told y'all like
Detroit, man.
let me let it out. They ain't
Go
gonna tell
ahead.
me.
My bad. You
I
right.
told y'all months ago, Detroit plus 4.5. Did I not say I locked that in 2 months ago? We
Yeah.
had this conversation every week. You ain't want to believe me, but I'm hoping our people that watch us did believe me and they took the Detroit plus the 4.
Yeah, whatever,
I'll just
man.
be giving them out, man.
Man,
Just be giving them.
just
I'll
be
just be giving
giving
them
them out.
out.
Man, you did.
Saturday show, just be
You
giving
know
them
what?
out,
I'm
man.
gonna let. You know what? I'm
I
not a
need to up
hater,
my
man. You're
charge.
right.
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Right. Facts. Facts. I'm not gonna be a hater, man. I'm not gonna be a hater, man. Because I feel like the Eagles could have easily won that game by 2 scores, but
But
they
they
did.
did.
But they did.
But
They
I didn't
did.
want us to not speak on it. I didn't want us to kind of
Yeah,
glare over
you're
like
right.
what we
No,
ain't do
go ahead,
last week.
man. The floor is yours, brother. The
It's done.
floor is
I
yours.
said what I had to say.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm on the prop bet here. I'm on the Chubbs over 82 and a half yards. I like that play. Um, they're gonna continue to feed him the ball. The Browns are not changing, so I like that play right there. So far, right now, we just did the first game, this Washington Commanders and Detroit game. This is a teaser option for me. With the +1. Now this was at 1.5 B Diddy, but I like a 6.5 point teaser here on one side of the leg to get them over a touchdown. I don't think Detroit. First of all, I think Washington can easily, very well win this game, especially with DeAndre Swift not being he's going to be limited. Supposedly he's going to be on a snap count,
Hmm.
so that makes Detroit a little bit one-dimensional because Williams is not it. So I like the Commanders probably to actually win the game, but I get a little bit of protection just in case that old Carson Wentz shows up. And if they lose, I don't think they lose by more than a score. I don't think this game is going to be rocking just like the Eagles game was. But it might be. We could check that, but I don't think we're going to get that same response that we did for this game coming up.
Gotcha. Yeah, this
Uh,
is a stay away game for me.
yeah,
Um,
understood.
if anything, you might want to start looking at Carson Wentz props. Doug Peterson's offense is going to be what it is. So start looking over those overs on on Carson Wentz. I think he's gonna have him throwing the rock a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree. You know who else could be a nice prop?
So
Let me check this out. That boy St. Brown.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that.
that boy
He's a
that boy
he's a
St. Brown.
fantasy still. Make sure he usually gets in the end zone.
Yeah, that boy St. Brown over 64.5. Hmm.
I mean, let's see what
Who
let's see
did
what
they?
happened last
Oh,
week against
and Kurt
Jacksonville.
had a day. Like Christian Kurt against with the Jags had a day, right? He had over 100 yards against this
Yeah,
Washington Monday.
I'm looking at Jags last week. See how they do. I like St. Brown a lot.
Yeah, I like the St. Brown play, and he's at 6.5. So that means about anywhere from 5 to 6 catches at least. We're thinking about 10 yards. So does he have a six catch, maybe even a 7 catch, 75-yard day? 6 catch, maybe 75, 70 yards, and maybe a touch.
He had 12 targets last week.
He had 12 targets last year, St. Brown. But
12
they were
targets,
down
eight
too, though.
receptions.
That game flow
Yeah.
changed.
So
They were
yeah, I don't
down
think it's gonna be
too.
the same. I think 6.5 is a little high here.
Yeah, I think 6.5
Um,
is high as well.
I
That's what kind
probably
of scares me a little bit there.
yeah, he had 8 catches for 64 yards. See, that's a
Mm.
little, that means he's not getting the ball down the field. And I don't know Jared Goff to kind of do that. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's a
don't
stay
I
away.
would trust him
Stay
to get in
away.
the end zone. Like if there's a touchdown prop, then I would go touchdown prop. I like St. Brown. He usually gets in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a stay
As
away.
far as his yards, I wouldn't touch him.
All right, yeah, it's a stay away. All right, next game. Oh, good old Tom going down to the Saints. Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to New Orleans Saints. The line is now no, the line hasn't shifted at all. -2.5, right under that number, boy, at 3. Total was 43.5. So injuries is the talk of this game. No Kamar, he's out, and I think Mike Evans is going to play, but he is not going to be 100% from my understanding, and no Godwin either.
Mhm.
So, and Lenny, remember Lenny, good old Lenny limped off last week as well. He's going to play, but not a lot of players here for Tom to play with. But it's Brady. It's nothing he's never seen or hasn't seen yet. What's your take on this game? Because we know Tom historically has not done well in New Orleans.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to my last week again. Let's turn it back last week because we gotta make sure what we say on the show is what it is.
Yeah,
Last week we said the Patriots going to Miami. I gave y'all that history of Patriots going to Miami,
yeah,
and we've seen that happen. I think this is the same case when it comes down to the Buccaneers and the Saints.
hmm
He just has some issues. I do feel as though this is the game that they possibly do win because all the changes in New Orleans, right? Sean Payton not being there, different coaching staff, so it's gonna be a different philosophy.
Okay,
This is a stay away for me because of the injuries. So if there was a healthy both on both sides, I would take the Buccaneers. Because of the injury issues, I'm not sure about this game. The line is right where it needs to be, kind of like that little 2.5. But I would lean Tampa Bay here. I would definitely look at Leonard Fournette's player props.
receiving props
Definitely his receiving props.
for sure.
Um, and I'm sure
He's
he's going to
probably
be leaning
high. I
on
bet you
Leonard
they're over
Fournette.
40.
Well, I
He's
mean,
30?
yeah, I like them to lean on Leonard Fournette a
Yeah.
lot tonight.
I like that Lenny over 30.
With Mike Evans with a calf injury, missing
Yeah, he's got
practice
the
this
calf
week.
injury, right.
Godwin's out with the hamstring. Julio, I think he's a little banged up too. So all
Let me
three of
see
the
what
wideouts were banged up this week and missed practice. So I'm not going to rely on Rasul Gage and who was the other one? Brashard Perriman.
Yeah, he did throw the pair. No, it was Julio. Julio's hurt too.
Yeah, Julio's hurt too. That's what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah,
they banged up, so they
he
all
always
banged up.
gets banged up. Yeah, Julio always gets banged. What's the receptions for Lenny? 4.5.
Yeah, I would go over on Leonard's. I think they're going to rely heavy on him.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. It just, obviously, yeah, it's gonna be I wonder what his rushing and
And he looked
passing.
real good last week. I mean,
No, he did,
he looked
didn't
like
he?
some of the best I've seen Leonard. He looked like
Yeah, and he came in
LSU,
talking about
like
out
the
of
way
shape and everything.
he looked good last week,
I mean, he
running the
got,
rock.
like he was limping, which I didn't like coming off, but let me see if I can find what his Russian and let me take this off here.
Yeah, so this
Oh,
game's a pass. I don't even have
here
any
we
type
go.
of teaser
Player
here.
rushing and receiving. 95. Yeah, that makes sense. So that tells you right there. So his his passing is 30 and a half.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you. You just blow your nose in the joint, bro.
Yeah, I forgot I had a mic on. My bad. Sorry, guys.
And the joint kind of drops on the
I
number.
hit.
So his
I hit the wrong one.
so
My
his
bad.
so look so his receiving is 30 and a half. His rushing is 60 and a half. So that gives you 91. But his player rushing and receiving is 95 and a half. Right. So
Mhm.
obviously that doesn't match. That doesn't match up. So what typically is going to go over there? Right. And something's got to give. Either the book got this wrong, and this is not is a typo, but I think this leans to tell me that he's going to be over total yards close to 100. If they have him at 96, so these are all the market hasn't caught up
Mhm.
to Fournette in terms of his usage and what he means to this offense, in my opinion. So I think this is almost a over. I like this play a lot.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
I
this
like the
over
over.
30.
I think traditionally Saints put a lot of pressure um on Tom Brady, especially up the
Yeah.
middle. And then you got what Cam Jordan on the outside that wreaks havoc. And I think their left tackle's been out too with an elbow injury for the Buccaneers. So there's going to be some issues up front and at the receiver position. I see a lot of short passing, time trying to get the ball out early. Leonard Fournette's going to have at least 2 to 3 catches in the first half. I promise you that. So if it's over 4.5 catches, I promise you Leonard Fournette's going to touch the ball over 4.5 times.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up his stats. I'm trying to do it all because when I see stuff like this from our members, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we do here. This is what it's about.
Hmm.
Like this is what makes this game fun. This is what makes this podcast fun. When people tell me
Yeah,
like, bro, we watch the show, we listen, we subscribe, we follow, and we made money. And this is what it's about, man. That's what's up, Don Don.
yeah,
Like
for
that,
sure.
man.
I mean, that's why he tunes in every week.
You know what I mean? I took your advice on a smaller parlay bet. And then, where's the infamous bull? Remember infamous? Put that bet up. Now I won't lie, right? He put a bet up for week 1 when you left. And it was a 5-teamer. And it was 30-1. Now, us, we don't like that that big of a liability because it
Mhm.
becomes like a scratchy ticket, right? A scratchy lottery ticket. Now the motherfucker hit it too, bro. He hit it,
Nice.
but we shortened it. I told him to shorten it to a 3 play, and it became 5-1. So he did leave some money on the table, but the 5-1 play
Hit.
that we gave him was like it was a no sweat play. It was a no brainer. Like he hit it with ease.
Mm.
The two other legs was I think I took off the Barkley anytime touchdown, and there was another play in there that we took off. So he hit both. Now I don't know if he played both or not, but
Okay.
the smaller play definitely hit was no sweat. It was easy. But the bigger play, I felt kind of bad when I looked at it. I was like, damn, he hit on that 30-1 play too. But I mean, beggars can be choosers.
Yeah.
You win money, you win money. Any kind of upcome is come up is all good, man. And like I tell you, Don, I know you do it all the time, but everybody watching and listening right now, this is a perfect example. Now I know people don't like to put their money out there, and that's fine. That's cool. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? You want to keep your shit in, to yourself, and that's cool. But at the same time, when you do hit, please tag us. Please tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. Let them know that
For
when you
sure.
come here, we're breaking this shit down one on one, so it's easier for you to pick your side. I know I can get on here in a rant and kind of like, nah, motherfucker, shut up. Let's get to the bets again. But I need to continuously say this because it's about the brand, and this is what we do here. You can go to other people and talk to them and listen to them, and they'll give you their play, but they won't tell you why. They won't break it down like we do. We're just trying to show you and teach you on how we got to this play, and this is the plus EV side, man. So Don, I appreciate you throwing that up, man. My guy, my guy. All right. So back to where we were. Trying to get into some Lenny real quick, some splits for him real quick. I just want to see some what he do what he does against historically what he does against New Orleans with time back there.
Don't go too crazy, man. Don't go too deep into it. Just put it out there. Over receptions. It's at 4.5. If you want to do total yards over 95, go get it. I think he gets both.
Yeah.
Let's not go too deep.
No,
I
I'm
promise you
just
he's gonna get. I
I'm
promise you
just
in the
looking, brother.
first half he's gonna have 2 to 3 catches for sure.
For sure. All right. So out of just real quick, out of the last 2 years, out of the plays, out of how many times they played New Orleans? They played New Orleans 3 times in 2020. In 2020, they played New Orleans twice in 2021. There's only
Mhm.
been one game that he hasn't gone over his receptions in that 4.5. Only one game. I even went back to 2019. 2019. It's only been one game. That is. I don't like saying locks anymore, but I'm gonna switch this up. This is this is what Sharp say. This is free money. We're going over 4.5. Like that. I'm scratching off the receptions. We're going over. Even though I think you get it, we're going over 4.5 receptions for Fournette. All right, my bad, y'all. Next game. I'm gonna get to y'all comments, man. Don't worry. I see a lot of y'all chiming in. All right, next game. Are you taking a side on this real quick? I didn't even get a side
No,
on
I'm
you.
not gonna take a side.
Okay.
No. If
All right,
anything,
next game we got.
I would possibly tease up New Orleans here. That late rash coming back last week kind of had me nervous against the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to see a little more about this New Orleans team. I know those receivers look good out there.
Yeah,
Christian Olave and obviously Jarvis Landry looked
Landry had
really
a day.
good. He had a
Well, so
day.
did Thomas. He scored twice.
So we know Jameis is going to be able to throw the rock and swing it around the field, but I got to see a little more in New Orleans and see what they really are. If anything, maybe you can tease them up and get them over that 10 point. I think this game stays close. It's not going to be a blowout. It's only
Okay.
because of the injuries. So, but I
Yeah,
don't know. It's just a lean on the
that
tease
makes
for
sense.
New
That
Orleans.
makes sense. All right, next game we got the Carolina Panthers going to New York. The line is now -1 Carolina. I believe it was -1.5 Carolina before. You got to check around in other shops. Total is 43.5. Got anything on this game? And I'll get to y'all comments after this one.
This is tricky. This is a tricky game. I think they're two like teams, right? The Giants, we're not sure who they are yet. Last week they pulled out a squeaker, beating Tennessee, last minute field goal miss. But damn, Saquon looked really good, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Um,
did. Yeah, he
Daniel
did. He looked
Jones
real good.
looked good for a moment, then he became Daniel Jones throwing that interception in the red zone. You know what I mean? Like coach is ready to fucking break his neck, man. It was kind of crazy. He looked at him like he was crazy.
Yeah,
Like, "Oh, you got one more time, your ass on this bench. I don't care what you did all day."
yeah,
Um, but I just don't know this Carolina team too. They had an opportunity against the Browns,
yeah.
and I
That was an
mean,
emotional loss for them.
yeah, I like Carolina here. I know they're traveling, but I think they got a little bitterness in their mouth from last week. I think they're
For
they're
sure.
better than what they
You like a
showed.
bounce back game right here?
But I like a bounce back game here on the road to get away from, what I mean, they get on the road and try to get this victory here. I like Carolina with the points. Nothing major, half a unit, just something small.
Okay. Yeah, I got no play on this
And
one.
also, I don't fucking like the Giants, so fuck the Giants.
Of course. Like a
But
true Eagles
money
fan.
wise, I just think it's a bounce back game here.
Yeah, yeah, I have no play on this side. I do like a player prop here. I do like anytime touchdown for McCaffrey. Um, I think they still run through him. He didn't get off as much as he did last week, but he still scored. So I think very something similar here as well. New York Giants have a very stout rushing defense as well, with led by Williams, the other Williams who were on the Giants. Um, I forget his first name off the top of my head, but they are decent up front, and they got the old boy from Clemson too. So they are decent up front from a rushing side. But I don't mind paying a little bit of juice for the -120, and obviously he's a threat to get the ball from running or passing. So I like Christian McCaffrey to get an anytime touchdown score here.
If
So
anything you want to look at here is maybe the under. Look at the total here.
team
Both
total.
defenses, yeah, not team total, but the game total under.
Okay,
I know it seems short at 43.
43 and a half.
This
Yeah,
might
it
be
is
like
a little short.
a a teaser to get them up to 50, right? 7-point teaser,
Oh,
get to
okay. I
50 and
like
get the
that.
under.
I like
Um,
that teaser play.
Giants defense is real. They fly around, and I don't know
Okay.
who the hell that boy that was hitting them dudes all hard last week
Oh, you talking about
from
from
Georgia. Some kid from Georgia out here smacking these
yeah.
bulls. God,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Henry get smoked like that before.
no, but that's not the first time he did that. Like
Yeah.
he's a thumper.
Yeah.
Pause. That needs a pause, but that boy out here,
He called the boy a thumper.
right? So New York
Yeah.
Giants defense is tough, man. What they did last week was really good. Slowing down Henry. Henry didn't get an end zone. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that I was watching in that game. I'm like, damn, this defense is real.
Yeah.
So I will look at teasing up the under 50.
Okay.
I
I
think
like that.
Baker will probably struggle to score, and then Daniel Jones will be Daniel Jones. So
Yeah, I hate unders, but
I do too, but I think these two teams
I
kind of
like that.
battle out
I
in the
like that as
trenches.
a on our 7-point tease to get it over 50.5.
Under, yep.
Yeah. All right, let me write that down. Could be a play. Could be a play. I like that though. That's a good take on there. All right. Home dogs. Yeah, man. Brenton against Brady. I try not to do it, but the line is kind of saying that a little bit. I went 1-5 on college yesterday. Hit it from the bottom finally confirm to finalize. Thank God. Yo, Rob, man, man. College pod is up, man. Check us
You
out.
must have missed our show because
Yeah,
we
you
ain't go
must have
one and
missed it,
five.
man. Go to MoneyPot Podcast YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, or even just after the show, do a replay. Me, the homie B Diddy, and our new guy C Sharp went off. Went off. We started off that bitch on fire.
Yeah, for
So if you
sure.
guys caught the college pod on MoneyPot and you're not subscribed to MoneyPot YouTube, whew, boy, you missed it. You missed a banger, man. You missed a banger. All right. My Clemson Tigers 3-0. I'm happy. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. They ain't play nobody though, right? Who they play?
Clemson Tigers.
Yeah,
They got one of the easiest schedules.
yeah. Cowboy fan alert. Who is my Cowboy star? Don't nobody care about the Cowboys. We'll get to that game. Don't worry. We're coming. We're coming. Hey, man, I just said it. College Pod is up there, baby. The College Pod is up. Go to Money Pot Podcast YouTube.
Yep.
It is up. You'll see it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Fridays.
Yes, sir. All right, next game. This is interesting. This line kind of shifted a little bit. All right, the New England Patriots going to Pittsburgh. New England is favorite -3. Total is 40.5.
Yeah.
That boy
I got
Mike
a
Tomlin, boy, goat,
you
goat,
know how to
doing
win,
it with
don't you?
anybody and everybody, getting wins. That was a hell of a game against
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. I think this is a classic letdown spot for Pittsburgh here. I would lean to New England having a bounce back spot against a more even a easier defense. I mean offense to defend against after going and seeing Miami last week, because Tua didn't really do much. I mean, they won the game and they probably had the game most handily. And then Daniel Jones, I think, got hurt a little bit early with his back. But New England kind of hung in there, and that wasn't really a high scoring game. I don't think this is a high scoring game either. I would lean towards the under as well and do it and put this maybe in a teaser with this Carolina play. I kind of like the under here actually, now that I'm looking at it. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. Who knows how long Trubisky's in here? The problem is if Trubisky starts off really flat at home, does this does Tomlin pull the trigger on Kenny to kind of spark the offense? Because I know Harris is hurt; he's a little hobbled, so I'm not sure what this offense is going to do in this game. Going to be a close game. I like the under here more than I like New England. Now that I'm looking at it, 40 is low though. I wish it was like 44 or something like that. That probably be obviously an auto bet. But I like the under 40. I like putting this in a teaser and doing the under.
Yeah, you want to talk about home dogs. I think the line is shifting away from Pittsburgh here. It opened up at +1, now it's +3. That's a little nervous thing, or I don't know what I'm saying, but I do like your total here. I want to make a play, and we're going to add that to our 10-point teaser. We're going to go under here. 10-point teaser brings it to 50. We'll add the Carolina Panthers Giants under 53.5. And then we'll put another play in here once we move through the games.
Yeah, I
But
like that.
that'll be a play for me for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I would probably lean the home dog here at +3. At least you're getting a 3. I don't trust New England. Bill Belichick, obviously has is Bill Belichick. So I'm sure they'll bounce back. But no, I'm kind of like what I was in the early game. Maybe small, little smaller sprinkle on Pittsburgh being a home dog. Um, that's all I got. But definitely a play will be this teaser play for
Yeah,
our viewers.
I see you, Sharp. Appreciate you, brother, jumping on here as always. Give us some some plays. Mr. Weatherport is back. Heavy Pacific Coast winds will be looming during the Niners Seahawks game. I like Trey Lance rushing touchdowns over again. Oh, Kittle's likely out. I also could see some sleeper money on those two rookies, RPs props. Okay. When we get to that game, we'll take a look at it, man. Appreciate the take. All right. Don play. He's got a little parlay up here. Parlay Seattle plus 10.5. Money line Raiders, money line Bengals. We haven't got to those games yet. Don't overreact to that Seattle. Classic letdown spot here.
Don't do
Right.
it.
That was the game of games in Seattle. You know what I mean? Outside of maybe a playoff game in Seattle, that's probably up there in their top 3 biggest games ever in Seattle.
And read the lines.
Yeah.
It's -8.5. This
Yeah.
is after what they did. Don't
Right.
don't get on the hype. This is after the collapse of San Fran and the
Mhm.
big win by Seattle. And Seattle is a +8.5.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you
line's
might want
telling
to
you
check
San
that.
Francisco in
Yeah,
a
you might
blowout.
want to check that, bro.
So be careful. You got to start reading these lines. They're put there for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Willie Vegas, man, putting out those DFS plays. Like it. Make sure you guys are members. If you're not a member, go to A2D Radio YouTube right now. Hit the join button, $9.99. Me and the guy, homie Willie Vegas, we get together and we put up some DFS plays and some takes on the lines and sides that we do. But obviously, you guys can come here too, get some plays as well. This is plays with my guy B Diddy when we break down every game. But for our A2D members and anybody who's actually watching, if you hit that join button, it's only $9.99. You're not going to find that anywhere else in the world to get plays that we give winners and people winning $500 a week for $10 a month. Not a week, $10 a month, not daily, a month. Make sure you go ahead and hit that sign up button, man. All right, let's get back to some plays. I'll get to y'all comments, man. Keep them coming, man. Keep them coming. I'm going down the list. All right, so the Colts versus the Jags. This line was at 3.5. The Colts are now favored by -3. Total is 43.5. There's a couple sides I like in this game. From what I heard, I didn't watch the Jacksonville Commanders game last year, but what I heard, I saw the end of it. But Jacksonville should have won the game. I heard, like I said earlier, I heard uh, what's his name? The running back. Damn, what's his name?
Robinson,
No, other one, the rookie.
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, ETN. That's what it was. Travis ETN. I heard he dropped a touchdown pass or two. So that tells me this game was a lot closer than what the number what we saw from Washington versus Jags. And then Washington turned the ball over. They threw a couple picks, and they almost had a time to get the ball back. But the Jags defensive lineman went off sides on 4th down, which ended the game. So still showing signs of a young team and a team that's still coming into their own. But I don't know what this offense is going to do without Pittman. Pittman is out with that quad injury. And I think he had 12 or 13 targets last week. It's going to obviously run through Taylor. So if you make them one-dimensional, do they have the offensive skill set to win? And this is why I was kind of off the Colts before, because their offense outside of Taylor is really not that explosive. So now you're kind of putting Matt Ryan back with what kind of he had in Atlanta, where he doesn't have any pass catchers, really. So I like the Jags here, and that's why I think the hook came down was at 3.5. I actually like the Jags to win outright. I think this is a dog play for sure, where you could bet the money line here for the Jags to win outright. And a prop bet that I'm definitely playing. So I am on the 3. If you got it early at 3.5, more power to you. I am on the 3.5 though. I did get this early at 3.5, and I did actually get the money line as well. So I'm all on the Jags today. But I also like this receiving prompt for Hines, Naheem Hines. He was even with Pittman having a big day for you fantasy guys. Yeah, I think he had like 7 or 8 catches for 112. Hines was the second leading receiver for the team, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that, but I believe he had almost 5 receptions for about 50 or 60 yards. The market hasn't caught up with Hines as yet as being a pass catcher. I like Hines here as their third down back. I love this 30 over and 30.5. Give me Hines for a player prop, 30.5 for sure.
Yeah, this is a good dog play here. I think Jacksonville showed a lot of light last week. The Colts was the opposite. They kind of was deflating, although kind of weird because they was able to run the ball. Right, I think Taylor had a good week,
Yeah, Taylor had a
and
good day.
even Matt Ryan. I guess they were down, so they had to throw the rock a little bit. He went 32 for 50 for 352 yards.
Damn, he
So
threw 50 times?
through 50 times. I mean, they were down.
Mm.
Remember, they were down big early throughout that game. They kind of made a last second half comeback. But he also threw an interception late in there, on a good drive, and he also fumbled on a good drive that cost them points too. So there were opportunity for Indianapolis to really kind of, get back in the game, stay in that game against Houston. Um, but I like the way Doug Peterson got Jacksonville playing and believing.
Yeah, yeah, I did too.
They're all healthy. There's nobody on the injury report this week for Jacksonville, so they're just as like they were last week. And then, like you said, with Pittman out, I think Pittman's out, Pierce is out, and
Yeah, that's right. Pierce
and
is out. I forgot
yeah,
about
Pierce
that.
is out and Leonard's out too. I mean, I'm gonna take. I like that play here for Jacksonville. I would add them into a teaser too to get it up to the 10. Give them a 7 point teaser. I think this game stays close here at home for sure for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I like him straight up. I don't think
Mhm.
I'm gonna tease him, man. And like I
But if
said,
I
I'm
was to put, if they were, I'll be very comfortable with Jacksonville in any teaser I put in.
yeah, for sure. For sure. He had yeah, I was right on. He had 6 catches for 50 yards, Hines. And I think that even goes up. You have your 2 top pass rushers out. And not even that, they didn't even win the game. They tied Houston. Like the Colts tied Houston. Like, come on,
Well,
man.
yeah. I mean, I give you that for sure. Although
Like,
they ultimately fired the person that missed the field goal, but they shouldn't have got to that point. I thought Indianapolis was going to handle business. I know Houston was kind of on people's radar for sure because of
yeah, we
the way
had them.
Davis
Yeah,
Mills has been playing. So
for
they
sure.
can kind of get there. But I like Jacksonville at home here as a home dog. And I would definitely put them in comfortable in any teaser to get them over those points for sure.
Damn sharp. You got that 4.5. That's early. Oh, that's look ahead line. He must have got that on the look ahead for sure.
Yeah, because it was at 4. I think it opened at 4. I didn't know it got to
Yeah,
4.5.
yeah.
I don't know about the Falcons this week, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. Next game. We have Miami at Baltimore. Line is -3.5. Total is 43.5. I don't have a side on this game. We talked about Tua. I was
Mhm.
on New England last week and fading Miami because I didn't know. I didn't. Tua had to show me if he could be the guy in this offense. I don't think he really did. They just beat pretty much a average New England team. Baltimore is going to show them a little bit, obviously a little bit different defensively. Um, I would actually lean Baltimore here. I would lean Baltimore here. I think you see and I don't know if J.K. Dobbins is playing this game. I know he practiced all week. If he does, he's still going to be on a snap count. I can look that up real quick as well. I don't really have any prop plays, but if anything, I'm leaning. It's all Lamar, whether it be over his passing or over his rushing. I haven't looked at this game as much. He's at 51.5. Hmm. Like, yeah, you don't even have any other rushers on here. You don't have Edwards. You don't have J.K. Dobbins. These are Edmonds and Muster on Miami side. From a receiving standpoint, obviously Andrews, Bateman, Waddle. I think they're going to be undervaluing Lamar until kind of Lamar shows. Even Devin Duval. I don't even know how to say his last name. I want to say Dunal, but that's not how you say it. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, so Um, Safe bet is always go with over with Lamar's rushing. Would be the safer bet. Trying to see what his passing is, but those are just likes and leans for me. But of all the plays, man, like 225. That's low, man. I know it's Lamar, but you know what I mean. Who's on that defense on Miami? Don't they have
Who?
a good corner?
Yeah, Xavier. Xavier.
Xavier Howard, is it?
Hmm. I mean, they got
Yeah,
a they got a lot of they got a their cornerbacks are tough. All three of them.
yeah.
Going back to their safeties too. I mean, that
Right.
defense is tough. So let's be 100% here.
Go ahead.
Miami was the team that made Lamar look really small when he played in Miami last year
Okay.
on that Thursday night game, I think it was.
Yeah.
And everybody was on Baltimore. Baltimore was on a run for a quick moment, and then he went to Miami. I know it was rainy a little bit. It was a little bit sloppy, but they was getting after Lamar. I think that's going to be the same thing today, although they're home now on a turf field. Um, I, I really like. I'm looking at the team totals now, right here.
Uh-huh.
Let me look at it right
What
now.
you see
Pull
over
this
there?
up. 24 and 20, right? So we're saying 44 total points, right?
Yeah.
I like this being low scoring here. I like this being a dogfight. Um, for some reason here. I think Miami's kind of turning that leaf defensively. They're very very strong. And then now Tua really showed out last week. You know, what I mean, he was hitting his receivers. He looked pretty good to me. I know you said he didn't seem too much, but I thought he did pretty well last week.
I mean, just because how explosive that offense is, and the
Mhm.
pass catchers and what he has on offense from Gesicki to Hill to Waddle. Like he only threw for like 200 and what 30 yards or something like that. It wasn't
Yeah,
like their run game was outstanding. So I just felt like I felt like there's so much more explosive than what they showed. Now, like, obviously, you just want to get the balls into the hands of the guys,
yeah,
Pauls, Super Balls, and give them time to run and give them, ability, the chance or the opportunity to run after the catch because that's what they do well. But I don't know, like, I mean, outside of Waddle breaking through, they really weren't that explosive. I
yeah.
mean, Hill was open all day just because of his speed and he's a true number one. But I didn't see that it in that offense. Just and that's I'm just looking at the highlights. I didn't watch the game, but just the highlights that they usually come out with. I just didn't see that it from that outside of the Waddle touchdown, and Waddle kind of did a lot of that himself. So that's why I'm kind of more on the Ravens here. 'Cause the Ravens
Okay.
defense is legit too. You know what I mean? Let's not
Yeah,
get it
that's what I
twisted.
think, and I think that's a perfect thing. So I'm going to lock in my play here,
Okay.
um,
Are
because
you gonna add this on the 10?
we're going to add this to the 10. Yep, we're going to go under. So it'll be what, under 40, 53 or 55, whatever we get it at,
All right. I like that. So right
because I
now
think it'll be tight up front.
we got Ravens. All right. So for those who are just joining or still with us, this is a 10-point team teaser. Now on the 10-point team teasers, you don't get any extra money. With teasers, when they're regular 6 or 7 point, you typically get a little bit extra on your money in your return. So it'll be like plus 200, plus 250, as you build the teaser. But this is a 10-point 3-team teaser. We have under Miami and Ravens. We have under Giants and Panthers, and we have under New England and Pittsburgh game. Go ahead and put that in and put that in the memory bank as a live bet right here. And obviously, I'm giving you prop bets as well. We have all the prop bets that I like on the side here. We have the over and Chubb rushing, um, over and Fournette. Love this play, right? 4.5. Anytime touchdown for McCaff. I'm on the Jags here, and then over for Naheem Hines over 30.5. Love this play as well. I think out of all these plays here, the ones that I would be on most, if you wanted to ask me, well, what's the best play out of these, is the Hines and the Fournette receiving props. Definitely on those two.
What's that parlay together? I get good
20
little.
to 20 to 1.
There you go.
So 20 to
Okay.
1. If you wanted to play them all, it's 20 to 1. And this is the same game parlay. for Hines over and the Jags. That's not bad. 2-1. Nice little short little play there. And if you wanted more value for this play, so if I took this out, just to give y'all a different look of it. And I did money line. Computer slow. Jumps to a little bit over, not too crazy. About 26-1. But the two team teaser here jumps about 3-1, which is a pretty decent play.
This is
But I like
this is a tight week. This is a real tight week.
I like the 3-1. All right, here we go with the next game. So next game is Atlanta traveling to the Rams. The Rams are -10. Total is 46.5. Atlanta showed out a little bit against New Orleans, but this is a different beast going against the Rams. Rams got embarrassed on Thursday Night Football. This is East. You can probably comply that trend. East Coast team traveling west. Also, the Rams playing on Thursday night, so they have extra rest. If anything in this play, I like Rams first half. 10 is a lot of points in the NFL.
It is.
So, I'm not sure of a side that you would or take that you could tell me to justify 10 points outside of, Rams are pissed. They got embarrassed. They're going to come out and play. And they got embarrassed at home too, right? No, was that in Buffalo? No, that was in LA. No, it was in LA. They got embarrassed at home because The Rock came out and did his thing. So they got embarrassed at home. The line in Vegas is seeing that. This is the Super Bowl defending champions. This is a bottom half team, maybe a bottom 5 team in the Atlanta Falcons. Even though they showed up, the Rams should roll here. Let's see what that first half is. Probably like 7.5, I bet. What's that spread? No, 6. I like this first half. I think they're up on Atlanta by a touchdown. First half.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. I think first half is a good play. I think you said 10 points is a lot anywhere.
Yeah.
It's that long little extra 10-day body had, and they were able to lick their wounds, make their adjustments. Only thing is, I think they lost their center, which is big, right? Didn't the Rams lose their center last
Did
game?
they? Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to check that. Let me check
Which
that.
is really big on any team. Rams center Brian Allen came away with a knee injury. He's
That's
out
huge.
4 weeks. So that's, although they have that extra bye to kind of get the new center in there,
Yeah.
anytime that happens, you want to it's a little bit of a flag. Lines dropped a point since opening at 11. I do like the Rams here. I love that play in the first half. I would go there, and I also like the Rams team total over too. They need to put up some points this week.
Yeah.
So let me take a look at the team totals. Probably 24 maybe. Let's
So
see.
Infamous, the college football bets was a show on MoneyPot
Sorry, 28.
podcast. So if you haven't, go ahead and follow MoneyPot podcast on YouTube, and you'll get those college picks.
28.5 is the line for the team total. That's up there.
Mine are playing Atlanta, Pitt, Cincy, and San Fran. And everybody on Atlanta, man, with that 10-point. Like, here, let me ask you here something, Rob. I know it's a lot of points, and we look at game theory, game flow a lot here as well. But let me ask you a question. Would it be surprising if Atlanta got aired the fuck out in this game? I mean, you do have Marcus Mariota on the other side. You know what I mean? You got Cordell Patterson. He had a good game last game. Do you think he's going to run 100 yards again? Maybe. Who's their pass catchers? Diggs and who's the boy? London, I think.
For
the top pass catcher for Atlanta. Drake,
I think. Pitts.
Oh, but don't they have a receiver too? Didn't they draft a receiver? Drake London or something, his name is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you got Pitts, Pitts is obviously, a decent player, but you still got Mariota throwing the ball. So let me ask you this question. Would it surprise you if they lose by 2 or 3 touchdowns? Because it wouldn't to me. So just be careful on that Atlanta play. All right. You already know, man. Let's make that bread, dog.
Yeah, I would throw them in there. So I mean, they'll be in a Rams are going to be in a teaser for me. With a
Yeah, that is a 10-point teaser on the Rams.
it don't really have
I
to be
like
10 points. It could be 7 point, but it's going to be married in a couple games later on
Yeah,
for me. Um, you know,
teaser plays. Big teaser day, huh?
it is because I think it's a lot of equal play here. Like you see a lot of short lines, and then you got a few big lines, and it's like either game. There's no read for me on any particular game. I'm like, this is the one. They're
Yeah,
kind of like it can go either way. Every single game here.
yeah. C sharp, big teaser week for him. We just
Yeah,
this is
it's
crazy.
just
Big teaser week. The way it's looking, for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
Unfortunately, like I said, I do teasers. I'm not really a super fan of teasers, but when it comes in my way in my favor, I try to maximize as many points as possible.
Yeah,
I don't mind the juice when it comes down to teasers sometimes. Although you got to worry about more than one team to cover, but
for sure. All right, let's get here. I appreciate that. Love the icon with that AI. That joint looks sharp, B.
mhm.
Digital print house. Maybe we need to talk to you. Do some work. Hit me up. Dobbins is out. All right, that makes sense.
Dobbins fucking my fantasy up, man. Dude, stay out. I don't know why I drafted his ass.
Oh, we tried, baby. We tried, Don. Must be doing something right to have all these people come through the chat, man. Absolutely, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We say it all the time. But yo,
Chopping wood.
bro, we be listening to these boys on MoneyPot. They be on their shit. They be giving out good picks and good information for us to win. And yo, hit this joint from them. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep it moving. I know we getting short on time here, but we on the second slate. All right, here's that Seattle and San Fran game. Line is at -8.5. Total was 39.5. Whew. I think Sharp gave us a little play in terms of the win here. Um, I would definitely be putting teaser on San Fran here.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh, okay,
Don't give it a minute. Give it some time to marinate a little bit.
okay.
Listen, I don't trust Seattle. The line is a line read is telling me San Fran's gonna bomb these boys. I right now I don't trust Trey Lance. I don't know why is everybody's hype on Trey Lance.
Oh, we
There's
talked about this already. You already know
there's
what I feel about Trey.
right. There's nothing that's showing me that Trey Lance is this guy. But some people got him as an MVP candidate, and he gonna be this and he gonna be that.
People got San Fran
Man,
winning a Super Bowl, bro.
listen, I think they're solid. I think San Fran as a team is solid. I do. I
Yeah,
do
that
like San Fran
roster's
as a
solid.
team, the roster. But 8.5 points for me is a lot of points. But I don't trust Seattle either. Not with no fucking Geno Smith. You got to be kidding me. And don't let last week fool y'all.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was a lot more than just Geno Smith doing a good job. There was a lot of bad coverage by Denver, missed coverage by Denver, a lot of emotion on Russell, and then mistakes by the head coach. That's a new coach too. So don't let Denver, Seattle, cloud your mind. Seattle is trash. Trash.
Yeah, I
And
mean, they got a okay uh
no,
couple
no,
secondary guys. I said
no.
okay. I didn't say good.
Who?
I said okay.
Who is okay?
I don't know
They
these
best
motherfuckers'
secondary
names,
guy is
bro.
hurt. He got a
I don't
knee
watch
injury.
Seattle.
Right. They trash. San Fran is a question mark. Wait and see. Let it marinate until San Fran starts getting on a roll and figure out what they're going to do with Trey Lance. That's my suggestion.
Okay, fair
If
enough,
it's going
man.
to be
I
windy out
trust
there,
the
I guess you're going to
judgment.
rely on Trey Lance's legs. It's not going to be a
Oh yeah,
monsoon like it
that's what
was
I'm
against
looking at. I'm looking at his
Chicago.
props.
So I would look at player props.
Yeah, for his rushing over 43. That kind of
And
makes
I would
sense to
probably
me.
look at team total under Seattle because I don't fucking trust Seattle.
I completely agree. Let's look at the total real quick. I like the rushing over rushing prompts here at 43. I don't know where that is. I don't know if that's ticked up, but I do like that as a
Look at
small
that.
play here.
14 points. 14 and a half
Is it
for
14 and a
Seattle.
half for Seattle? What's 24 and a half?
24
Yeah.
for 49ers.
Wow, that's 10. Is that 10 points?
That's 10 and a
10-point
half.
difference.
That's 10 points. 10 points on
Yeah.
the 8.5. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, what's going on? 10 points on an 8.5.
Vegas don't even know.
Yeah. Funny shit. Funny shit there. All right. Not much to talk about that game. So
No, just that's a wait and see. Maybe live bet that. That's the best way to go in this game. Live bet it. See what the flow is. If Gino is this new guy born and he's out there throwing a rock around, then you can smack Seattle. You'll probably still get him in a positive if somehow he's able to move the ball against that San Fran defense. This is a live bet for me all day. I would never put no money on this game right now with an 8.5 point spread.
so Arizona's going to what they call it, the black hole in Vegas, the hockey puck. Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by -5.5. Total is 51.5. Obviously a lot of scoring. I don't know how Arizona's going to score though. They are a completely different team without Hopkins
Yeah,
on
true.
this offense. They are very very predictable, and they don't. I mean, Kurt's not there. I mean, I don't know what Hollywood Brown did last week, if anything. I didn't really follow that game. I like the Raiders here, man. I do. I like the Raiders here, and I like here's a nice prompt. Nobody's stopping Adams. I don't care who you are. I like Devontae Adams over his receiving yards, 93.5. I'll take it on the over. They're going to force feed him as they typically do. So give me Devontae Adams, 93.5 over.
Yeah, I like that play. I think
I don't even know the last time he was under 100 yards.
what's his catching? What's his receptions? Is it what 8.5?
Probably six and it might be even 7.5. I would think. I don't. It's probably 7.5. Yeah, bang on it, 7.5.
Yeah, I
That's
reckon
how
like at
many.
least he gets over that. He's right there, probably 8 to 12
Yeah,
receptions for sure.
and the thought process is that they're going to just feed their stars, and he's just going to always be open. What he had 10 catches last game
Yeah,
for like 140, 150
and
yards.
that's against a good defense. Oh well,
Yes,
a solid defense anyway.
I mean, and they're making a big thing about Watt being, man. Watt is washed. Like he's washed. He's not J.J. Watt, defensive player of the year, for he was 5, 6, 7 years ago. He's washed.
And if anything, it just makes Derek Carr get the ball out a little quicker. That's about it.
Yeah, and even if you like, and even Carr's props, they're going to be throwing the ball. I mean, look, it's at 280. That tells me that he's going to be getting close to almost 300 yards. Was it 2.5, 1.5? Yeah, look,
Mhm.
1.5 is -215. So that's what does that tell y'all when you read through this? That Derek Carr's going to throw for at least 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yep, I like Raiders here.
Yeah, I like the Raiders here.
This is a play you should have put in earlier. The line went up 2 points, so you're above that 5. But I do like the Raiders by a touchdown here.
Cardinals are
Arizona's
not a good
trying to
team.
figure it out. They're not. They're trying to figure it out for sure.
And I mean, they have no run game. Who do like Connor is slow as dog shit.
Now, if you do want to look at Connor to score anytime touchdown, that might be a good play there. He seems to be their trend of getting into the end zone. So
That is
I
true.
think actually week in and week out, I will make a play for Connor to score. And I think
Yeah,
I think as long as he's healthy, that will be profitable throughout the year.
that is true. That is true.
There's certain
All
trends
right.
that you gotta see, you gotta kind of know. So for me, it'll be a play. It'll be Connor anytime
Next,
touchdown.
next game, we got Houston going to Denver. Houston traveling to the Altitude Mile High Stadium, homecoming. I mean, the home opener for Denver. This should be rocking. The line signifies that Denver is favored by -10. Total is 45.5. Any I don't have a play on this. I think Javonte Williams looked good last week, but Gordon was getting just as much touches and just as much success that he did. So I don't really have a player prompt on here. I don't. I'm in my opinion, I don't think Indy's really that good of a team. So I was on the Texans last week. I don't think the Texans hang with Denver in this game. Denver's you know Denver's what do they call it? Denver's roster is just better across the board anywhere you go. So the one thing you are looking for a play on this game, obviously you can do a teaser here, even a 10-point teaser to get them down just to win the game. Um, one almost automatic bet for me in any game is Brandon Cooks. Cooks hits on his props over in almost every game that he plays. He's almost matchup proof or quarterback proof. So not so much yards, but I like his receptions and get a little plus EV money over 5.5. If game flow matches what we're seeing from the line at -10, that means Denver is always going to be holding almost a touchdown or 2 touchdown lead here. So you expect that Houston's going to be having to throw to catch up. I like Brandon Cooks over his 5.5. He gets to 6 or 7 catches, I think, in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's take a look back at Denver against Seattle, understanding that situation. Russell Wilson has always been on the other end of that Seattle crowd. That was a big issue for him last week when he played in Seattle. Now that the crowd was against him, um, Denver was not stopped moving the ball throughout that whole game. I think they punted one time,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of also didn't understand why they did kick the 64-yarder to possibly win the game when they were moving the ball up and down the field.
Yeah, it was a terrible
Their
call from the
issue
coach.
was turnovers on the goal line. That was the only issue. If they were able to hold on to the ball, that game would have never been close. So for me, I agree with you. I think Denver at home is tough to play in Denver. Houston, it's going to have some issues up there. I think I like Denver. I would definitely put them in teaser. You can put them with the Rams if you want to. I think that'd be a nice little play there. Denver, the Rams, and then maybe if you want to add Cincinnati or Raiders would be great for a
So I
teaser.
have another 3-team teaser. I know you got your one in. Right now I have Denver and the Raiders as my 2 legs in that teaser
Denver and the Raiders, and then
so far.
for a two-teamer.
No, this is a three team 10-point
Oh,
team.
so add the Rams for me. So Rams, Raiders, Denver. That'll be
Okay.
my second play.
Actually, you know
I
what?
mean,
This could be a 7-point teaser and get 2-1 too on it. Because I think Denver beats Houston by 3. They beat him by at least a touchdown. All right. Next game. All right. Cincinnati and the Bengals. I'm sorry, Cincinnati and the Bengals. I'm sorry, Cincinnati and the Cowboys. Bengals are favored by -7.5. Total is 41.5. Um, no Dak Prescott, obviously. Uh, Cooper Rush is getting the start. Obviously, they're going to run the ball. Um, Cincinnati in just a weird game with them against Pittsburgh last week. Had a chance to win the game. Could have won it ugly, but they didn't. Just a weird game. Barrow was not good in that game either. They get T. Higgins back, in my understanding. I don't know how Dallas is going to contend with this Cincinnati offense. So I like Cincy here. Obviously, Cincy could be in my 10-point teaser or my 7-point teaser here for them just to win the game. It's just weird that it's not actually no, the books got it right with the 7.5 because they're coming off a loss. And oh my bad. They're coming off a loss and a bad loss to a bad team. And they're on the road again. No, the first game was was the first game in Cincy? You
first game was in
remember?
Cincy. Yep.
Yeah, the first game was in Cincy. So I don't know what to expect from this Cowboys team. Probably not much. They didn't look good with Dak, and now they're downgrading their quarterback. But what I wanted to look at was team totals. I just wanted to see where Cincinnati's team total was. I thought that might be a good play. If it's around, especially if it's around like 24, I don't mind that play. Only way Dallas is in this game is Michael Parsons just plays out of his mind. So only way I see Dallas staying in this game, and that defense shows up. Let me see. It's at 25. Because I can see a 24, maybe 17 game, 24-20 type game. That's where that line tells me right here. All right, so no play for me. Yeah, if anything, I'm putting Cincy in a teaser.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think it was a big shock for them how they performed. I think Joe Barrow kind of tightened up a little bit at the end of the game with that little bit of a comeback he had. Jamar Chase is a beast. He's elite to me. I'll put him up in the top 5 right now. Best receivers in the game. I don't know where you want to put him in that, but I'll put him at top 5. His ability to catch the rock and speed to get off and separate is phenomenal. Diggs going to have his hands full. And then again, then you got to look on the other side. You have T. Higgins is back, and you have um, Tyler Boyd also over there. I think, you know, the old QB. We'll get back on track. And Cooper Rush, although he looked like he threw the ball a little bit okay in that little bit of time he was out there, this defense is tough. Cincinnati's defense is going to be tough. So I like Cincinnati here. I like them to score. I like them to win by 2 touchdowns, but I can't put my money on it yet. I'll have to play this live, but I definitely love them in a teaser for sure to win.
Yeah, I do like him in a teaser, but I mean that teaser just seems so obvious, right? With that 7.5. That's only
Yeah, I mean, but do you
you
think
know
Dallas
how
is going to
you
win?
know
Are you
how
saying
Vegas
Dallas? Are
is.
you saying Dallas is going to win?
I don't think Dallas is going to win, but you know how Vegas is when they keep them 6.5. So people got crushed on them teasers last week, right? Like especially the closeout on Denver, and I was on Seattle, but the closeout on Denver. Everybody who had a teaser to close out for a Monday night game and parlays, they got smoked because all they needed was Denver to win the game. You know what I mean? And this is what this is telling me. And then my concern is that Cincy is a slow starting team, right?
Yeah, but
Out of the gate.
you're telling me this. You're going to tell me that Cooper Rush is going to be able to keep up, even if Joe Burrow comes out there and has the same game he had last week. Which do we think that's going to happen again? We think Joe Burrow going to throw 3 picks again this week?
Well, what I'm thinking is that the pass rush from Dallas will disrupt them enough to keep this game closer than what we think. Like, let's not forget, even though they lost Gregory, Dallas's defensive line is still legit, especially with Parsons and Lawrence.
I think their defense is legit.
Yeah, that defensive front and that defensive front seven is actually, is decent with Van der Esch, I think back there. There was a lot of question about Diggs and what he would look like because he gave up so much. He looked okay. Can he stick with these guys? Because they got so many weapons. No,
You're
and don't
not
forget about
answering my
Hayden Hurst
question.
either.
My question is this: how is Dallas going to score?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So what do we talk about?
That's a good question. That's a
Is
good.
Dallas going to score? Do you see
I
a
mean,
route for Dallas to score?
uh, I you're right. No play. Yeah.
So the
Okay.
teaser for me is there because I think the Bengals win.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll keep going. I got Cincy written down in that 10-point teaser, but let's keep going. All right. Cincinnati. Chicago Bears traveling to the Tundra in Green Bay. Line is now 10.5. Total is 41.5. Chicago coming off a high emotional win, ugly game. They beat San Fran. Obviously, Green Bay coming off a ugly loss last week where players were dropping balls. And obviously we got that look from Rodgers. Now, I don't know I didn't look it up, but Aaron Rodgers' numbers historically against Chicago have been video game like numbers. He owned Chicago. I think he maybe lost maybe once or twice in his career against Chicago. And not even that, those numbers are probably even worse in Green Bay. So that's why this line is like this, even though Green Bay's offense doesn't look like much. Um, so, but my question to you here is what I'm thinking about. Just like you gave me the question here, I think Lazaro or whatever his name is, I think he will give it a go today. He will play. I think he's going to be playing hurt a little bit, but he will give it the go. How does Green Bay score? Like we can't like from what we saw, we don't trust any of their pass catchers.
It's week one. I'm not. I'm like this, man. Listen, it's week one. They're
Okay.
going to show me a little bit that they're going to continue to drop passes. I guess Aaron Rodgers has been frustrated all summer camp about him not, kind of stepping up to that for their opportunities. But at the end of the day, it's Aaron Rodgers there, so he'll be able to at least put the ball where it needs to be.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
do we have any trust in Chicago and Justin Fields and what they got over there? I mean, are
Hell
we
no.
right? So, in this case, do you see Justin Fields leading this team to victory?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, then what? Well, then I guess scoring don't matter then, right?
I'm looking at the lines, right? I have to look at the line to kind of give me a sense. I kind
I
of
mean,
like
I
this
think 10 and a
number
half is a little
2 here.
too much, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 10.5 is
the line
is
shot up to 10 though. It was
yeah,
open at
exactly.
8.
And is that public money? Like
It sounds like it's sharp money because the public is on Chicago. Public's on 56%. His public's on Chicago.
On
So
Chicago?
yeah, it seems like the sharp money's moving the line,
Mm.
which is interesting.
Because I'm looking at this total and at 15.5, and I'm trying to look how they scored last week. That was an ugly game last week, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Yeah, such a bad game. That kind of like, do they? I don't know if do they score? Did they score 17 points today, Chicago? I'm not sure about that.
Packers defense is supposed to be much better than what they were, but they had an issue last week with stopping Justin Jefferson playing that zone.
Yeah,
I think Minnesota is
that's
a better team
he's
than we
special though.
expected, and I think you know
You know what? I'm putting him in my teaser. Give me Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Rodgers at home. So that's my 10-point teaser. Green Bay, Raiders, and Denver. Like, what do we? Why are we even talking about this game? All right, next game. Monday night. We almost getting there, y'all. The Philadelphia game is coming, man. All right. First Monday night game is. Oh, I went too far down. My bad. Tennessee Titans traveling to Buffalo. Let's see what this line come up. This line is 10. Buffalo Bills are minus 10. Total is over and under 47.5. I'm all anything Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs player props. It's just like it's almost like automatic over. He is a problem, yo. Very, it's week one, but they look like they picked up where they left off, and I don't think there's anything slowing them down. To be honest with you, um, that offense looks so dynamic, and he's in such control of that offense. Are very warranted of being the favorite to win the MVP, even though we like Patrick Mahomes, and what he's doing. So, anything Stephon Diggs 72 over. I mean, what's Allen's rushing yards? Probably like 30, 38 over rushing yards. Yeah, I'm Buffalo is a solid play here. So let me see if I switch this up. Do I switch Green Bay with Buffalo?
I don't know if you even need it, but I mean, if you want to wait a whole nother day
Oh,
for
that's
that
right. It's
play,
Monday.
it's
This is a
Monday night.
closeout. Yeah, it could be closeout. This is a huge closeout teaser game too.
I mean, for me, I think this game's gonna be 38-17, 38-10. I think they blow these motherfuckers out the door.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Buffalo's, I mean, Tennessee is limited offensively as far as throwing the ball. Buffalo's going to put the pressure on you defensively. They put pressure. Vrabel even said it. There's no weakness on this Buffalo team. They
No,
have
there's
they have receivers. They have running backs. They have O line. They have a quarterback that's MVP candidate. They got a defensive line, linebackers that can move laterally, and cornerbacks that can lock you down. Safeties that hit hard, and it's just a fucking team that's ready to go. And they showed that playing against the defending champions on week one, and they had an little extra day, 3 days to get rest.
facts.
I think Ed Oliver is the only one that's kind of been limited at practice, but he probably give it a go. And it's the extra. It's a Monday, so they got 14 days, right? I thought it was 10 days,
Yeah,
11
no, you're
days.
right. You're right.
So give
They
me
hung
Buffalo. I
31 on
like.
the
I don't.
Rams too.
If anything, maybe you want to buy a half a point to get underneath the 10, just in case it might be a 10-point game. But I like them to win by more than 2 scores for sure. But I won't play that until Monday. That'll be my start of the week, and I will put 2 units on those guys.
I like the team total over at 28.5.
I do like that too. Yep.
I like this right here. If you like it for a Monday night
If
game, I like
if
this. I like
if
this
if
play
the Giants can do what they want to do against you at home, at your home, Buffalo's going to have their way
for sure.
with 2 week preparation.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the game. It's gonna be a long game. Woo! And let's go to our poll question for those who still with us, still rocking with us. Your Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings, traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by -2.5. Total is 50.5. I'm going to ask you first, B. Diddy, and let the folks talk about it. Do you agree or disagree to this poll question? Will the Philadelphia Eagles cover this 2.5 spread against the Minnesota Vikings? Agree or disagree? Let me know. What you got?
Man,
What you got?
unfortunately, if you run us back to when we talked about the Eagles' schedule, I actually had marked this down as that loss for us.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and Minnesota, that just gave me more confidence in that. Um,
What's wrong? You got
because
problems?
I don't fucking like the Vikings. But if my money had to go somewhere, it would tell to the Minnesota Vikings. Um, but
Uh,
I'm not going to play a side here. Just give me the over. Just
yeah,
give me the over.
I like the
We're
over
going we're
too.
going to go over. I
Yeah,
think this is going to be a game of high high offense on both sides. Eagles seem to be able to move the ball at will, and they get across the 50 a lot. Sometimes they stall around the 40, but I think Minnesota's going to be tough to stop. I don't think we have an answer for Justin Jefferson. I
no,
don't think
we don't.
anybody has an answer for Justin Jefferson. Although we have Darius Slay, we have some tight
Still
guys on
not
the side, but
not
we're gonna have
enough.
some issues. It's not
Not
enough.
enough.
So I think this game's gonna go over. Um, so I don't know how you want to do it. If you want to play it straight 50 and a half, if you want to tease it down and get it over to 43 or give it over 4, it's going to be a high scoring game because
Yeah. So
we don't really settle for field goals as the Philadelphia Eagles.
no, we
We like to
don't.
score
It'd be
touchdowns.
it'd be 4 and 5, and we could easily take the points. But he's going to go for it, especially at
Yeah.
home. He's going to fill that
Yeah.
home opener.
Hmm.
I completely agree with everything you said on your take. I do like the I do like the over here as well. I think we both had this etched in as a loss in the early show. And maybe I'll tag that early show on our early NFC predictions that we did for NFC East. But I do, like you said, I do like your take here. Um, Tough game here, man. It's a different game. It's a different Minnesota Vikings than when they came here led by Case Keenum in that NFC Championship game where we bombed on their ass, bombed on their ass. Um,
I
you
don't
know,
see that happening this year because of the offense that they have over there in Minnesota with oh
yeah,
boy
they're
going
too
all the way.
dynamic, man.
Yeah,
And Jefferson is he's just too good. I mean, we said it earlier, and I think you liked it, and I already have a play on it. We were on Justin Jefferson and we're an offensive player of the year
yeah.
this year. And I think we got him at 13 or 14 to 1. And it was a nice little over a unit play on that. So I mean it's game one, right? It's only one game, but he did it last year and he's picking up where he left off from
Mhm.
last year, and even then some with this new look offense. So I'm on his props, receiving props. I think it'll be another 100-yard day. He plays, he's going to play everywhere. He plays out of the slot, just like he said. He understands why Cooper Cup gets open so much, and Maddox is going to have a tough time covering him. So I like Jefferson here over on his 97.5. Once again, these are Monday plays, so you don't have to put these in your play today either. And until we stop the run,
Yeah.
I'm I like I like Cooks. I like Dalvin Cook, and I like Hurts too. Even though that's high at 50, it's pretty high. Um, he's going to take off if he sees daylight.
Yeah. And
They'll, they'll,
that's my only thing with Philadelphia. I know it's only week one. Jalen Hurts. I need more. I don't need more you running the ball. I just need more quarterbacking. And I think that's my problem with Jalen and his team. Although we have a stacked roster, he's not quarterbacking the game. He's not quarterbacking his offense. He's relying on his feet. How many rushes did he have last week? He had like 13, 14 rushes.
Yeah, but when they look back at it, the offensive line was letting up a lot of, he had people in his face pretty quick. So I want to say, out of those rushes, I want to
Here we
see
go.
probably anywhere from 3 to 6 of those were him because he had pressure and he had to get out. And I'm like maybe two Mississippi, right? Maybe two Mississippi. He had somebody in his face, but when you looked at the numbers, he did spread the ball around, even
To
though it looked like.
who? Who? Who he spread the ball to? What? Devontae Smith had 0 catches.
I would let me finish.
Come on now.
When he spread the ball around, I'm
To
talking about
who?
from before he had a problem throwing to his left. He couldn't
Nate,
throw to it.
Devontae Smith had 0 catches.
I hear what you said. I hear what you said, bro. But I'm
He
just
had 0 targets.
I'm just letting you know. Well, he dropped the ball. Let's not. He didn't have 0
Oh, he
targets.
didn't have 0
He,
targets?
yeah, he didn't have 0 targets. You know what I
Oh.
mean? He definitely dropped on that out pass. So he did, and which is uncharacteristic for him.
When did he get that?
definitely
When did
dropped.
that ball get thrown at him? Was that
It was
fourth quarter?
early. It was early. It was on the third down. It was on the third down.
Okay.
If
My
I'm
bad. Now
not
I'm mistake.
yeah.
I just need more. I just need more out of Jalen Hurts, but I will give you a play for this Monday night. I'll give you probably a lock. Let's write this down for
Let's
Monday
be
night.
careful on them lock plays, man. But go ahead, bro.
This is a lock for me.
Oh shit. He just said fuck it.
We're gonna do a 3-team teaser: Buffalo to win, Minnesota plus the 9.5 or 10.5, wherever you're gonna be able to get that number, and
Right.
over in that game. So it should get you down to 40. I think that's masterful. Because even if Philly do jump out ahead, I just feel like they'll be able, just like Detroit, they'll be able to continue to fight and close that gap to a single score game.
Right.
And I'm rooting for that, right? I'm rooting for that.
Yeah. Nah, I hear you.
That'll be the play.
4 targets. He has some targets, man. Come on now.
Yeah, 4.
Now he needs like more like 8. But I mean, he said himself, this is what we got Brown here to do.
That's what he's supposed to say, because he's a good businessman.
Yeah,
Devontae's a good kid.
You bring in a number 1 for a reason, even though I think it's 1A, 1B. But you bring in Brown for a reason, and
Nah, man. Hurts is supposed to get Devontae the ball. I don't care how you get him the ball. Coach is supposed to get Devontae the ball. I don't care how you get some way. We're gonna draw this play up for you, Devontae. You getting the rock. We're gonna hand you the rock, and we gotta get you the ball. He should not be coming out that game with nothing.
I felt like he looked improved in that game. He looked improved to me. He looked improved. I'm not saying that he was, he did everything right, and there was some times where he could have didn't hold the ball as long or whatever, but he looked improved. He looked improved to me, man.
Let's archive this conversation to next week.
Well, hold up. I've been dogging Hurts for a long time.
No, the only person you dog is goddamn fucking
Sandals.
Yeah, that's the only person you fucking dog.
No, I dog Hurts a lot. I dog Hurts a lot too.
I'm just saying.
I've come around because he's a worker, and I can respect the work.
He's a good kid. These are good character kids. Good,
I can respect
hard-working kids. I just need more quarterbacking.
So, for those who still with us, if you want this monster parlay at 17-1 and take everything we talked about from the props and sides in this one, here it is. Nick Chubb over 82.5 yards. Fournette over 4.5 receptions. McCaffrey anytime touchdown score. Oh, look at this dropped. Wow. I like this even more. Hines over 28.5 receiving yards. Jacksonville +3. I don't know why this dropped. That's not good. That was at 30. That dropped 2 yards. That's a pretty decent drop in a prop bet. Trey Lance over 43.5 rushing yards. Devontae Adams over 93. Cooks over 5.5. All those plays put together. 177-1. $100 will win you $17,000.
Didn't somebody hit a $7 parlay yesterday for $1 million?
There's a couple of them be floating around.
I think it hit. It was like it was a $7 parlay to hit somebody for $1 million or something like that.
Yeah, there's $1 million parlays all the time. C Sharp says Hurts over rushing props attempts his auto play. I take it every week he starts. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, makes sense.
I mean, he's gonna rush the ball 15 times a game.
Yeah. And what he had, Infamous had in here. 17 carries last week.
Like, come on, that's ridiculous. So you tell me 3 of those because he was rushed up the pocket. So you tell me that 14 of those was because he decided to run. Quarterback, please. I need Hurts to quarterback, not be a running back.
I like it. I like what you're talking about, man.
Thank you.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
17.
All right, so that's the show, y'all. I hope
he rushes for my quarterback. He ain't gonna last the season. He ain't gonna last.
No, he got hit too. He got
17 rushes.
Yeah, he got hit.
Come on, I don't even think Lamar Jackson runs that much, bro. And he run.
He got hit. He got hit for sure. All right, man. What a show. What another banger. Hopefully we start off, not hopefully, we will start off this week 2 on the right foot. So make sure you guys get your bets in. You got about another hour and a half until kickoff, so you can catch up on all the latest news and injury reports and things like that. They kind of be up into the wire for those who are questionable and stuff like that. They're going to play and not going to play. So we gave you a lot of information. We gave you a lot of plays today. So get your plays if you have them down. Check the ones, put a star next to the ones you really like, or even the ones that we really like, the ones that we're saying that we're putting in money and putting on play. Now, if you want to know which ones we're putting on play, obviously you have to be a member and go join the membership. So if you're still with us, go to A2D YouTube and hit the join button, and you'll be able to become a member and see what plays we're actually putting money on, because those plays are a little bit different than what we do on the show. These are more likes and leans, and then ones that we give our take and say, hey, we're putting this in, or ones that we didn't even have on our list to put in, and then we're going to put it in after the show. So they're not 1-and-1, but still you have an idea of what we're looking at each game and how we're breaking down the game flow. So with that being said, man, oh, there we go. We got us a winner. You know what I mean? Tailing them B. Diddy teasers.
Good one. I know.
You know what I mean? Tailing them B. Diddy teasers. I like it. Oh, man. Where am I jumping? Okay, there we go. For Moss Money, B. Diddy, our guy C Sharp. This is MoneyPot Podcast. Appreciate y'all for coming on Monday night, as always. Even though we're not on it, it's go fucking birds all day, man. Good luck. Have yourself a fucking day. We out of here.
Let's go! This ain't the fight night! Oh, this game can heat stink!
Oh shit!
It's gone!